Hi, my name is Monique Taylor. I'm a certified equine massage therapist. I'm the owner of CanyonMistRanch.com. I've had a lot of people ask me what Shiatsu massage therapy is, so I kind of wanted to run through the basic premise of Shiatsu massage therapy and then how we do that on a horse. Or a pony, this is Miss Merrylegs. Miss Merrylegs is about a couple inches above a miniature. She was bred to be a miniature. We got her when she was 4 years old. She's probably 21 or 22 right now, and so she's going to be our demo pony today. One thing I think is often overlooked, I do a few ponies, but I see so many lesson ponies that could really benefit. Little ponies work really hard for people, and they could really benefit from massage. So we're going to use her today. So the first thing I want to do is talk about the basic premise of Shiatsu massage. And if you think about a muscle lying smooth and flat, or whatever its shape might be, and all the fluids and blood, everything moving through it really smoothly. When you have a kink or you have a knot, then we can see that everything kind of backs up and it doesn't move that smoothly. Now imagine if your saddle's sitting on that spot. If any of you have ever had a Charlie horse or a knot in your calf or in your back, you can imagine the pressure and the pain on that. Same thing when we're asking them to bend in the neck and they have a big knot. So in Shiatsu, we kind of use this, our 5 different methods, to work through the horse and release those so everything begins to go smoothly again. Is a horse sore sometimes? Yes, sometimes the horse is sore the next day. I have a lot of people ask me if they should give bute. I say absolutely not. Let everything move through, let it clear up, just walk the horse a little bit. And also, if a horse has been locked up for a substantial period of time, that muscle isn't working at its full capacity. We need to give it time and to regain that range of motion and strength. So a horse that's just been massaged and suddenly feels that release may run out and kick really high and injure itself. I say hand walk, let them get to know where they're at as far as their muscles. And then the next day they might be sore. Just hand walk them, give them a little bit of an easy workout, and then before you know it, they'll be right back to normal. So, sorry there's flies out here today. So let's go over the basics of Shiatsu massage. Shiatsu massage, we use a number of motions in order. And the first will be, and I'll get on this side of Merrylegs so you can see, percussion, where I'm just getting the blood flow to come to the surface of the horse. Okay, I'm not banging on him and I'm not slapping him. The second thing is that we move down meridian lines, which I'll discuss in just a second, and we do a rotation spiraling in until we see what kind of pressure the horse can take. And then we press gently. If the horse moves away, we ease up. If the horse moves into it, we go ahead and let the horse decide the pressure. Down this meridian line, I can feel a little knot right there. To release a knot, you can see that she will move away, so I'll lighten it up some. And then we would hold for about 15 seconds. And we move down the horse. The third thing we're going to do is cross fiber, and I'll stand behind her and do it in a different way because she's so little. If our muscle is going this way, we're going to move this way with our fingers. As you can see, she kind of likes that and doesn't like that at the same time, and we are going to loosen those muscles. There we go, and get in there, and you can feel them. They're very tight in this particular pony today. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to press in a rotation motion and loosen that up. So, having said that, certain movements are not going to be used on certain parts of the body. For example, I'm not going to do percussion on a bony part of the body. So, let me show you the lines. We are going to do a total of 5 lines in the neck, along the neckline, this lower part of the muscle. I won't go into the technicalities, I'll just show you the areas. And we're going to do, starting up in here, we're up near the back of the ear. So we would do this line here. The second line would be from here and Mary's anticipating her massage. Then we would take the top of this muscle and trace it down, the center of that muscle, and the lower muscle. When we came along this line, depending on where we ended, we'd go over the trapezius, down the back, the longissimus dorsi, to about the point of the hip. We would do a midline, and then where this lower muscle touches the ribs, we go along that line. And you can see she needs a little bit of a massage. She's a little bit sore. We do our movements, all 5 movements on that. And then we would move from the back again, along the spine, down the back of the horse. And along here there are 2 muscles, so we're gently going to go in between these 2 muscles. Okay, bring it down. Second one is we're going to go along this groove, along the poverty line, and down. And the third, we will go in this area. Do not stand behind your horse unless you really trust him, by the way. Now, sometimes it's going to be hard to get in there because the fascia is so tight, and I'll talk about that in another video. The next area I do is I go back to the shoulder, and I'm going to do the shoulder. I like to go into the shoulder here first and down between the legs and up in here and down. That you can see that there's always they really like that, but you have to be very soft. That's going into the pecs. Then I would go along the shoulder muscles. We'll trace this first muscle, the second muscle, and then down the center. We will go same thing, 2 lines in the front here, 1 on the inner and outer here, 1 on the inner outer here. I go around the knee, down, and we end up in the hoof where we're doing different ting points. The hind end, we did that part of it. I like to go into the gaskin. You can see that this is kind of soft. Some horses are so hard you have a hard time even getting in. And she's a little bit tight right there. I like to go on the inner back leg. You can think of it as the inner gaskin. It's up. You have the groin muscles up on the top, the inner thigh, the inner gaskin, and work down that leg and loosen that a lot with a cross fiber. And you can see that she really likes that. She's saying yes, yes, yes. And then I like to move further down the leg, in here, behind the fetlock and the pastern. Don't forget those areas. I then move back to here, and I happen to do in between the ribs. I like to just make that clearing. That's not necessarily shiatsu, but I like to get in there. I like to do the chest. I go down in between the leg, the neck, under the neck, onto the chest and in between, and I really give this some good movement. And you can see Mary Legs is due for a massage. She's kind of sore. But we've been working on her because she's had a really wonky back leg, so she's got some issues right now. Then I do the head. We've already done along here, but I like to go back into here, and I like to go along the TMJ very gently, the jaw or the cheek. But if your horse has not had a dental in quite some time, those teeth can be really sharp and cutting and lacerating the sides of the cheek. So I don't necessarily like to do that. I always ask, when was the last time the horse's teeth were done? And then I like to go down and work in here around the mouth. I happen to like to work the nostrils, which I'll let you do when they're done. And then again, I just kind of stroke down the head. On the tail, there's a lot of vertebrae. The tail is an extension of the spine. And so I like to just gently bend it back and forth. It's pretty relaxing. So that is basically the premise of shiatsu massage. So when I go out and I do a massage, the entire horse is done. I can also, and you can refer back to my saddle fitting video or my looking at the horse's back through a massage therapist's eyes and hands. That's why I can tell what's going on with the saddle, or if the back is a saddle issue. You'll also have very tight leg muscles, which she has. A lot of things. We rarely look at the horse's muscles, and if they're in a relaxed state, you can feel pockets where the horse has muscle is not working. We want to smooth that out. That's what shiatsu does, is it opens that up so the energy can move through, and with that go all the fluids and etc., how the body works. And you can see from the example I gave with the rope, energy is not moving. If you have a block, that energy from the hind end is not moving forward to the saddle. If you have the saddle causing muscle cramps or muscle tightness, that energy is not going to move through. But you can see my other video for that. So, thanks, and there's your introduction to Shiatsu massage.